Hello there, and welcome to episode 11 of the Together We Grow podcast. My name is Paul Main.
And I'm Tamar Main.
And welcome to this episode. This is the podcast where we teach businesses how to start, grow, and eventually sell their business, whilst also working together as husband and wife, which of course has its own challenges. We talk about all of the ups, the downs, the good and the bad, and we also talk a lot about the strategies that we implemented to grow our business and eventually sell it. So this episode, we're going to be talking about email marketing and a lot of the issues that I see people do with email marketing and what you should do, and then what we did to actually increase our customer retention rate to 60% at scale. So are you ready, Tamar?
I think I'm ready. Let's get diving into episode 11.
Let's go for it.
I know I say it every week, but it's another week gone, and we're on episode 11 now. The time's just going so quick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's not going to be long until it's Christmas.
That's exciting though, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, 11 episodes of this now, and we're really getting into the swing of it. I think we're going to start asking to get some guests on as well, aren't we, soon?
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. So if you're interested, just ping us an email or a message, let us know.
We've already got one person, I think 2 people lined up,
We've got a couple of people,
which will be nice, but we'd love to have some more people. And yeah, this week has been all right, isn't it? It's flown by already.
Yeah.
But it's been quite a mammoth week, actually. We've worked quite hard, haven't we?
We have. We've just been so busy and working on client work as well, haven't we? So it's just been quite nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, so lots of content for our clients. We do that. We create content for their social media channels.
Yeah, we do their marketing for them.
That's right. And we're also working with some local businesses as well to help with their online presence and various other things. And email marketing, that's the reason why we're talking about this today, is because that's right up there with the things that I really, really enjoy doing. And actually,
you're very passionate about email marketing.
I am, because you can really see the value in it when it's done properly. And I think it's something that over the years I've become quite good at, and it generates good results for us. And we're doing it for some clients at the moment, and it's generating some really good results for them. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Before we dive in though, your segment of the week, you've got a quote and a win of the week, haven't you? So over to you.
Over to me. Okay. So my quote of the week is, motivation is what gets you started and habit is what keeps you going. So when I found this quote, I quite liked it, because you obviously have the motivation when you start your business, but you don't always know the habits that you need to have to be successful. So when I say that, I'm thinking about like the marketing, for instance. So when we have people saying that, well, they haven't got time to do their social media posts and things like that, you have to make it a habit. It's something that you do every day or every week to make sure that you're getting your business out there to everybody. Yeah. So it's forming these positive habits that are going to have a positive impact on your business. Yeah,
that's right. And sometimes habits can be bad as well.
Yeah, so, sometimes they can be bad.
Or that some of the habits can not benefit your business. So I think this ties into what we were talking about in last week's episode, where we were talking about only working on money-making tasks for the business owner. So
make sure they're positive for the business growth.
Yeah. If your habit is every Friday you're restocking wax melts, or restocking your products, then perhaps that should actually be spent on phoning up local businesses to stock your products and let someone else do the restocking of it's that kind of stuff. But anyway, and you've got a win of the week as well.
I have got a win of the week. So this one is, congratulations to Beth from Queen Bee Waxy Treats for finishing her advent calendars, and not only finishing them and they're looking beautiful, but she sold double this year than what she did last year.
Yes, so Beth.
It's fantastic.
Well done. That's what we like to hear. That's really good news. Advent calendars are a passion of ours in the home fragrance industry, isn't it? They you can make them so special, and customers will absolutely love them. That's what we did, wasn't it? And
it was making it a whole experience.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's dive in with email marketing, shall we? So there's a couple of bits I want to talk about here. So firstly, let's talk about customer retention rates. This is the percentage of all of your orders that are from existing customers. And this is a number that you want to be as high as possible, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Do you know the average for e-commerce brands?
I do, yeah. It's about 20 to 30%.
Okay.
So the average customer retention rate for e-commerce brands is about 20 to 30%. Now, you have to think about it. It's going to be different. It depends what you sell, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you sell beds, then it's going to be hard to get a 20 to 30% retention rate because these people have bought a bed. When are they next going to need one? But it just means that they will likely come back at some point because there'll be other people that need beds or something like that. But it will be a much longer customer life cycle. And it also means that their lifetime value will be a lot higher because it's a it's a much higher ticket item, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas in the home fragrance industry, for example, which obviously we were in, it's consumable products that are used and then people love, like and enjoy, and they come back. And we managed to get our business up to 60% customer retention rate.
We did.
Which is unreal. It is very good. And you can say that, yes, okay, these are products that are used often, so people will come back and buy. But the home fragrance industry is so competitive. There are so many other competing brands out there that you still have to work extremely hard to get these people to come back to you.
Yeah.
And there's various ways of doing that. I talk a lot about building a community around your brand in a Facebook group, which is what we do. And there are lots of other methods as well, small methods that all add up as little percentage increases. But one of the key drivers for that was email marketing, and it was doing it properly as well. And I think, to prove this point, we work with a client at the moment who's in the home fragrance industry.
Yeah.
And their current customer retention rate is, I think it's about 35%. And they've been going for 4 or 5 years. So that tells you that actually our 60% at scale, because we were generating more orders than this company, shows that it is really doable. And it was quite special, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why customer retention is so important is because it costs you so much less to get an existing customer to buy from you again, and is much easier than what it is to get a new customer.
Yeah, because you've already built that trust up with that customer, and you don't have to pay for paid advertising or anything like that, because all you have to do is send them an email, which you've already got their email address.
Exactly.
And they'll place their order.
That's right. And it's going to cost you a lot less to acquire that customer. To get them to place another order with you, which means that, we had a 60%. So 6 out of every 10 orders that we had were from existing customers. So 6 out of every 10 orders were maximum margin.
Yep.
We didn't have to use advertising budget for those because they were all just naturally come through emails, through our social networking, and through our community as well, which means that that's extra margin and extra profit there that you can then reinvest into getting more customers, more new customers. And what it allowed us to do was actually break even or even lose money acquiring customers, because we knew on average 60% of them come back and order.
Yeah, knowing those numbers means that you know how much to be able to invest in the advertising and what tweaks you need to do to be able to get as many customers in as possible.
That's it. And if you have a lower customer retention rate at the moment, I would really advise focusing on increasing that, on improving that through various different strategies that we talk about all the time. Yeah. And I'm going to talk about the email situation now, because it's all too common and too obvious to people that they need to just keep turning up the Facebook ad spend, keep trying to acquire new customers, which you should be doing.
Yeah.
But you want to have this machine in the background that's converting them and keeping them coming back.
Your retention engine.
Retention engine, we call it, don't we?
We do.
And that works well for us. So we just need to make sure that many people as possible are doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why retention rates are important. And try and get that as high as possible. Have a look. If you use Shopify, then you can do this. Go into the analytics of Shopify, split the data back to 12 months, something like that, and then look at the customer retention percentage there, and it'll tell you.
It'll just be there on the screen.
Yeah, it'll be there on the screen. It'll tell you how much the percentage of your orders were from existing customers, and you want to get that as high as you possibly can.
A few minutes ago, you mentioned working with our client. Have we seeing any improvement with the work that we've been doing with you've been doing with the emails?
Yeah, we've been doing it for a couple of months now,
Yeah.
and the retention rates are going up. Been
Mhm.
talking to the client. They haven't given me the exact figure yet, but I know that they are going up because they're very happy and they've told me that retention's going up. But the key stat that we're seeing is the improvement in the open rate and click-through rates. When we first started working with them, their average open rate of emails was about 20%, and it's currently between 40 and 50% over the recent campaigns. And this is when you're sending it out to 30,000 people. So again, that's pretty good. And that's just lots of tweaks and changes that we're constantly doing, constantly optimizing. It's quite nice because over the past month or so of really working with them quite closely, each campaign, each week, you're seeing the gradual improvements. Every week we send out 3 campaigns for them, and you're seeing those improvements, aren't we?
Yeah,
So,
it's really nice to see, isn't it? See that growth there.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're really enjoying that. So with regards to email marketing, there are some common mistakes that we see all the time. And the most obvious one is people are just so sales heavy with it. Sales heavy and sending them too often. Every email they send out is, come and buy this. This is a new product, something different here. Come and buy this offer, blah, blah, blah. Always buy, 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 buy. And sending them too often.
It's boring from a consumer's point of view because I'm in different emails and everything, things I've signed up to over the years. And I've got one that I get an email from every single day and I don't even open it. I just archive it straight away off my home screen because I know it's just going to be come and buy this, come and buy this. And it is boring. If I wanted to buy something, it's got to really catch my attention.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what happens. And that is what was happening with this company that we're working with. They were sending every single day. And we managed to recently convince that down to just 3 times a week. And that's really working, isn't it, in terms of open rates and click-through rates. So it's working really well. But yeah, keep always asking for the sale is, like you said, it's going to be boring. And when it's boring and people do what you did there, because lots of people will just archive it off, that's going to affect your open rates. And that's important because it will, if you have low open rates, it will start to affect your deliverability score. So the lower your open rates, lower your deliverability score. Then over time, the less people actually receive your email in the first place. And what you have to understand is your email list. Once you've got a list of people that have explicitly said that they want you to contact them with stuff, you have to nurture that list. You have to treat that with the respect that it needs because it's so valuable. These are people that are typically your customers or people that are very interested in buying from you or have seen an offer, a lead magnet, 20% off your first offer and signed up. And this is an email list which should be growing every single day. You don't want to harm and damage that. So what you should be doing is nurturing them. When people sign up, you want to put them into a welcome email flow. Now, the likes of Klaviyo, which is the email marketing software that we use, that we have used for many years now and really like, they have an out-of-the-box welcome series, which is fantastic. And what this means is normally when you go to a website, you'll have a little pop-up that says, sign up to our newsletter for 20% off your first order. That's a common thing, isn't it?
You get that on most websites that you end up, e-commerce websites anyway, don't you?
You sign up and then you get your email, which is, here's your discount code. That is your welcome email flow. And then what you should do there is, once you've sent them that email, you then want to, the next day, don't send them a reminder of that code. Don't send them a sales thing straight away, but introduce them to you and your company.
I like that because it's more personal. You're not begging for a sale because that's how it comes across when you're getting a reminder for your discount code, but it jogs in their memory that they've got that discount code there. Yeah. So they can search your name again and then pop up the email, like, oh, I can buy that now because I've got my discount code.
Yeah, on that email, you would still have it on there, but it wouldn't be the main focus.
No.
So it'd be, welcome to our company. Here's a picture of us. Here's a picture of our workspace. This is why we've created it. We really appreciate you taking the time to be part of it. Make it feel really personable. And even if you're a large company, make it feel like you're not, because people will really enjoy that. And this works. I know this because we did it ourselves, and it has a high open rate and a high click-through rate. Then at the bottom of that email, mention, don't forget, you do have this 20% discount code to use as well.
But right at the bottom, so it's after all of the lovely story and the introduction.
Yeah. Then a couple of days after that, send them another one, which again isn't sales focused, but this time focus on your products, how they're made, how they're sourced, the benefits of them, all of that good stuff. So it's an educational thing. Yeah. Then a few days later, invite them to your community. If you have a Facebook group, it's a good opportunity to do that. So you'll set over the course of the week, each one of these emails as well, at the bottom, make sure you say, don't forget your code. So each one of these, what they're doing is they're nurturing that lead into becoming a customer. They are they're starting to get to know you, your company, your products, what you stand for, all of these good things before they actually commit to buying. It's so important.
And that's not just buy this, buy this, buy this.
Yeah.
It's encouraging them to understand your brand and make a connection with it instead of just come and buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And then they will only be getting these emails until they've placed an order. So they might place an order. A lot of them will after the first email or after the second one, at which point they are then removed from this welcome email flow, and then they're put into a post-purchase follow-up flow. But this email flow is this welcome flow will be one of the best ones you can have, as long as you have a very good offer and a good reason for people to join.
Yeah.
Now this offer doesn't have to be a discount. It typically is, because that's what everyone does. Sign up to our newsletter, get 10, 15, 20% off your first order.
What you could do instead of just a blanket discount is a free gift of some description.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Test it, because you could do it for a couple of months as one gift, a couple of months as another one, just to sort of see how it works.
That's right. Once you've got your email flows sorted out, you want to get as many people into that as possible, because your retention rate will start to go up. It's all one of those ones. It's like a big machine that you have to just keep oiling. You have to keep looking at. And at the end of it, you're going to be increasing. The output of this machine is an increased customer retention rate. And there's different cogs in this machine that all need adjusting and tweaking and looking after. One cog is your welcome flow. Another cog is the actual offer, the reason why you're getting people to sign up. Another offer is the landing page they're going to land on your website once they've clicked on your email.
And you've got to make sure that you keep tweaking these things and checking them and testing them and altering them if the data requires you to, so that you're getting as many people in as possible, so that then you can nurture them and encourage them to become repeat customers, and then your retention rate will go up.
Exactly, that's right.
So you can't just set up these flows, leave them, and that's it forever. You have to make sure that you're checking them and altering them, because things will change over time, and people will get used to seeing certain types of emails, and things will just need changing.
They will. That's exactly it. So instead of following the norm on your website and having a pop-up saying get 10% off your first order, try it differently. Try giving them a free product on their first order when they sign up to your email. That product can be something very small. It just needs to be something nice that you would love to have yourself that's free. People will place an order to get that free product. If you make your own products, like we did in the home fragrance industry, then you have maximum margin on that. Yeah. You're not having to buy from suppliers and all of that.
Like wholesale.
Exactly. You're getting maximum margin on it. So it's perfectly fine. So we would give away one of our 100-gram wax melts, for example, which is $5.99 on the website, but it cost us like 81 pence or something like that, wasn't it, to make? So you can afford to do that. And then you have your free shipping threshold, which is, say, £25, £30, whatever you've got it set as. So then people will try and get above that. So then not only are they getting free shipping, they're getting this free product as well. Wow, what a deal they're getting. You're getting an incredible first-time customer who have read about your company and your email flow. They've bought into your company, and they've placed a decent-sized first order, and they feel like they've got a fantastic deal as well without it costing you a lot. You then keep nurturing these through your post-purchase follow-up email flow, and they'll just keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. It's simple, but it's not easy because, no, I'll turn that around. It's easy because the idea is easy, isn't it? Yeah. You're just nurturing, but it's not simple because what I see marketers doing is they almost forget that they're dealing with human beings.
Yeah, very robotic.
They'll just be automatically in sales mode. Whereas actually, if you're talking to someone like we're talking now, you wouldn't talk to them like you would.
Like in a sales email.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, when you don't know this person, you've only just met them. It's like in a networking event. You've only just met this person. They've stumbled across you. You're now introducing yourself. You don't want to be like, oh, come and buy this. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want to buy this? You start to talk about your company. You start to talk about you. Then they start to feel more
at ease.
More at ease. And they start to resonate with you a bit more. They start to like you as a company and as a person. And then they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I will try these. That's a really good deal. I will try these. I think sometimes people need to take a step back and think like that.
Remember to have that personal connection, don't you, as much as possible. Sort of, you teach people about your brand and who you are, but you want them to feel connected, don't you? You don't want them to just see sales things and get bored, because that's what people do. They do get bored.
Yeah.
So
there's always other companies out there that they will that they could be swayed by,
and you have to give your customers and potential customers a reason to stick with you.
Yeah, that's your job. Yeah. Your job is to make sure that they stick with you. And once you've got that machine up and running, that you'll just keep oiling every week and looking at the stats, you then turn up the volume on your advertising spend and get those customers coming in. And it is like, once you've really nailed this, it is just like a tap.
Yep.
You need more customers, you turn this tap on, they'll come out. But it takes a lot of work to get to that.
It does.
And that is the problem. And also you can easily mess up email marketing.
Yeah.
And you can mess up email flows. And you can mess them up by sending too many.
Sending the wrong ones to the wrong people.
Yeah. And then there's a lot more to it than that as well. You've then got things like your subject lines and the open rates, the click-through rates, and the actual tidying of the list itself. So let's talk about the tidying of it first.
So you might have a really large email list and you think that's great, but it's only great if the people on that list are actually relevant people that are actually interested still in your products and your brand.
Yeah.
So cleaning your list is important, and you have to remove the people that aren't relevant anymore.
But here's the thing, people don't want to remove people from their email list because they think that they are deleting email addresses that could potentially come back and buy.
But at some point, they're not going to come back and buy.
But what they don't realise is that sending emails constantly to people that are just not opening your emails, deleting them, and just archiving them off is harming your your deliverability score, and therefore harming your open rates.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be a snowball effect. So that is what you want to do. You want to clean your email list. And you can do this automatically, again, using an email flow. So you can set up one, which is a win-back campaign, where, let's say, it's been 90 days since someone has last opened one of your emails.
And if you haven't opened an email and you're sending them 3 times a week for 90 days, that's a very long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you could even trim it back there, maybe 60 days. But you have an email flow, which automatically puts people into that once they hit that criteria. And then you just send them an email, which says, I notice you haven't opened any of my recent email campaigns. You can click here to unsubscribe if you wish. Now, if they open that email campaign, then they are automatically taken out of this flow because they've opened a campaign. So therefore they are actually more engaged. And then if they don't click, well, then they have the option. They've got the option to click the unsubscribe button.
Yeah, which is in their control right then.
Yeah. Or if they don't, then you can assume that actually they do want to. They've just haven't been seeing your emails for whatever reason. And then you do that a couple of times over the course of a week or two. And then at the end of that, everyone who hasn't opened any of those emails, you can automatically unsubscribe from your list.
Yeah.
You'll see a big drop in your subscriber numbers, but that's fine because that will keep it nice and clean, and it'll only be people that are genuinely interested in what you have to say on your list, which is only going to improve the performance of your campaigns.
Yep, there's no point in sending them. It's essentially like sending them to an empty email box, isn't it? If no one's going to open them, it's going to harm your scores, like you said, which means it's going to be very hard to get your rates up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your return on customer rates.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're fighting against it.
Yeah. So it's very important to do that, is to clean those lists up. Klaviyo makes it quite easy to send to only people that are engaged because they have automatic segmentations of like engaged in the last 30 days, which means people that have opened an email and actually engaged with an email in the past 30 days. So that means that if you send to only those people, yes, it's going to be a lot less people than what your actual email list is. But then at least you know that you're sending to people that actually want to see your stuff.
Yeah.
So it's all these different things you've got to think about. And then you've got the subject lines. This is one of the key metrics for email marketing is the open rates.
Yeah.
That suggests if you've got a good open rate on your campaigns, it means that you've got a good deliverability score. And it also means that you've got a very good subject line, because that person has been compelled enough to open the subject. Open the email by reading the subject line.
So when you think about it, and the majority of people nowadays have their emails on their phones, so it pops up quite often, and then you could see the subject line and the name of whoever it is that's sending it to you. So your subject line has to convince them to open the email.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a few different tactics for doing that. So one of them is actually the from field. So typically it would say your company name. This email has come from, in our instance, it was Cozy Aromas. But every now and then, not all the time, because you don't want to, because otherwise people get used to it, I would send an email which was Paul from Cozy Aromas or Tamer from Cozy Aromas. We even did it with Nathan and Jess as well, because then when people see that in the inbox, they're like, oh, okay, that's actually been sent from one of the owners of the company. They're more inclined to click to see what you have to say.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you could do. But then you've got the subject line as well, and you should personalize it where you can. Have their name in it is a good thing. And you can't be clickbaity, but it needs to be compelling enough for them to open it.
Yeah.
So if the contents of that email is a fantastic deal that you've just come up with, then the subject line could be, have you seen this name? ? So they're like, oh, have I seen that? No, I haven't seen that. So you think about it. When it lands in their inbox, it says, Paul from Cozy Aromas. Have you seen this, Rachel? ? Oh, my name's Rachel. Oh, I'll click on that and see what Paul has to say. And that works. But you can't do that too often because people get used to it, and you just have to experiment constantly with these different things. All too often we see subject line being an afterthought. Yeah. So if they're selling a product, it'll be take a look at this, or new product added.
Yeah, new product added is
that's it, isn't it? Yeah, new product added, those kind of things. It's just like, I don't care about all your new products all the time, because I'm busy. I'm not. That doesn't compel them enough to open it.
Yes. Oh, I'll look at that later then. So I know it's a product.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You will get, of course, you will. You'll get people open it, and you'll get orders and all this kind of stuff. But you want to get that open rate nice and high.
Yep, you want to get the maximum number of people from your list opening it as possible. So you'll have to do a bit of experimenting with it, obviously, a bit of testing and work out what sort of ways works for your list, because obviously every list is different. You've got different people on it, and it's just a bit of experimenting to work out how it would look. And would you use emojis as well?
Yeah, every now and then, be sporadic with emojis. They do, obviously, they're attention grabbing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And try and make emojis fit in with what it is you're talking about. So if it's a fantastic offer, I used to like using that scream face.
Yes, you do.
God, fantastic offer, that kind of thing.
Or if you're in, say, like a Black Friday or something like that, and it's towards the end of it, you could do like the running emoji. Be quick, the stock's running out.
Exactly, that's right. So that's open rates. There's various things you can do there. There's a couple of ideas on how you can increase open rates. Another thing is the click-through rate. And this is the percentage of people that click on a link in your email and then go through to your website, which after the open rates is obviously a very, very important metric to track.
That's one that you want, because you want your email to have not only convinced people to open it and look at it, but also to go straight over to your website and get purchasing.
That's right. Now you have to think, why wouldn't people click on a link in your email?
Because whatever is in the subject might have actually bored them, or it might not be might not be relevant to what the subject line is. So then you're not gonna want to click it because you think, oh, they've lied to me, I'm not gonna go. Yeah.
So either they felt misled, or the offer is just something they're not interested in, or the offer isn't compelling enough, or it's confusing.
I've seen it before. I've had emails in the past where people have put too many clicks, too many links, and then you don't actually remember what you're trying to click on, and it gets a bit confusing.
I think, and this is in our experimentation as well, is email campaigns unless it's a newsletter. A newsletter is different because that's something that people will actively want to read.
Yeah.
Where if it is a sales campaign, then it needs to be short, sweet, simple, to the point.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful image of what the product is. This is what I'm offering you. Here is the link. It's the only link. It's a big green button. Click here to see more. Click here to buy.
And you want that big green call to action button up very high, don't you, as well? You don't want people to have to scroll through an email and read all like the stent descriptions or anything like that to get through to the bottom.
That's right. So it's, what worked well for us was very short to the point emails. So therefore people haven't got to scroll very far anyway. But if it is a longer email because it's a new collection or there's more to talk about just naturally, then have it right at the top. So where your title is, let's say at the top of your email, you have a nice image. Underneath that, you have a title saying, this is what this email is about. Underneath that, have a button straight away, which just says view collection, view product. Because a lot of people will just want to do that anyway. They won't want to read everything. They just want to click and view.
Yeah. But then obviously the people that do want to read it all have then got that option to be able to scroll because they can see the rest of the word and so they can just carry on scrolling while everybody else has already clicked the button.
Yeah, exactly. Have them nice and high. Have the button as a positive action button, like green. That's a positive colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't match your brand guidelines. It didn't with us at Cozy Roamers, but a bright green button, which we had on our website as well for the add to cart button.
Yeah. It stands out, it's bold, and like you say, green is a happy colour, isn't it?
It's a positive colour.
Yeah.
And that's what you should do. You want to make these things so obvious for people. It's like, look, here's a big green button. Click this button, will you?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And for the sales campaigns, that's what we have found. And we've experimented a lot. I mean, we have sent thousands and thousands of campaigns across our website, our businesses, across the clients we work with, clients I worked with previously. And we've kind of nailed it down now to this is what seems to work quite well at the moment. And then aside from that, there's another one which works very well, which people completely ignore. Even when you tell them to do it and show them the reasons why it works, they still ignore it. I don't know why. It's actually sending plain text emails.
I had the exact same thing in my head to say next about making sure you do that.
So if you've crafted the subject line and it's personalized to them, and the from field is a person's name from your company, so Paul from Cozy Aromas, they click on that and then it's a plain text email. So it's not designed. There's 0 images in there. It just says, hi, Rachel. Then at the bottom, from Paul at Cozy Aromas. And then you've got your 2 or 3 lines in the middle of just text. People will read that because it feels like it has come directly from that person.
I have always personally preferred myself to receive plain text emails because sometimes I receive marketing emails from other people, and like the images take ages to load, and you kind of don't care about that. I just want to read the words and click on it if I want to click on it.
And there's 2 ways in which these work very well. And this is, again, lots of experimentation with this. So if you just wanted to send a thank you campaign, an appreciation email campaign, which you should do often, I think, do a few lines of, really appreciating them, put their name in there as well, which you can do automatically with email software. Then underneath where you've said, yours sincerely, or have a great day from Paul at Cozy Aromas, underneath that, just have a link that says view our new arrivals or view our bestsellers. Don't have any other links on there. Don't have logos, nothing. Just that one link. And that kind of campaign where you're thanking that person.
Yeah.
Especially if you pull in other data, such as, hi Rachel, I've seen now you've placed 12 orders with us. The most recent order on Monday, the 4th of July. We really appreciate it. And it's like hyper personalized to them. Yeah. And then there's a little link that says view our new arrivals. They will click that link. A lot of people do. And this is what we did.
They feel like they're being appreciated, especially if you do that sort of personalization and mention their actual orders, because they know that you've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that you're sending these emails to.
Yeah.
But they feel connected to you because you've taken the time to sort that out.
So that's when you're selling without selling. And that works very well.
Okay.
And also, you can send plain text emails when you are actively trying to sell something. So we did this. I think it was one year we launched our Christmas campaign, our Christmas collection, which typically, well, it is a huge collection for us. And typically, it would be a beautifully designed email. But one year we did it as a plain text one. It was just, "Hi, Jane. Just to let you know, we've launched our Christmas collection. You can view this here. This consists of 8 wonderful fragrances across 4 different products. Us and the team absolutely love this, and we hope you love it just as much as we do." Simple as that. Real simple. And it works.
It's very effective, though.
Very effective. And these campaigns are so easy to create because you haven't got great graphics. You've got to piece it all together.
You don't have to be a designer or have a designer at hand.
But equally, you don't want to send those too often either because people just get used to them. That's a once every couple of weeks type
It's
email.
also something you can test as well. So when we've had collection launches in the past, you've done A/B split testing, haven't you?
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So in Klaviyo, you can do it with most software. When you want to launch a campaign, you can choose A/B split testing. And that is essentially let's say you've got a email database of 50,000 people. What it will do, you'll create 2 different campaigns. So one of ours would be a beautifully designed email. One would be a plain text email if we wanted to track click-through rates. And it would initially, for the first 2 hours of that campaign, it would send a very small percentage of people, maybe out of the 50,000, it might send 2,000 people to version A, 2,000 people to version B. After those 2 hours, it will assess the results, which one has performed the best, and then the remaining 46,000 people will receive the winning test. It works because you've tested against each other
in real time.
And it doesn't just have to be for whole campaigns, but you can do it based on subject lines as well, which is a very good way of doing things. Personalize it, not put their name at the front of the subject, put their name at the end. You should do that often, all the time. You should be
always testing them and finding out what the sweet spot is.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more you can do with all of this. As you can tell, I'm quite passionate about this. It's a subject that I really enjoy, email marketing, and we've got some experience in that now. And actually, this is a service we're going to be providing people, isn't it?
Yep.
It's actually running their email campaigns and their email flows and getting all of this set up for people. So if you need help with that, shoot us a message.
Yes, definitely.
But there was a few ideas there for you. Ideally, what you need to be doing is aiming for a nice high customer retention rate.
Yep. Nurturing those customers.
Yeah. You want to make sure you're cleaning up your email list regularly. Try not to be too sales heavy. Use one of the tactics I mentioned a little while ago about sending appreciation campaigns, that kind of thing.
One thing I do want to mention on that actually is something that we did as like a win back campaign. I found that we did like a plain text email, and it was from me normally, wasn't it? And it was like, I noticed you haven't placed an order for a while. If you've got any questions, let me know. Reply to the email. And I did have quite a few people that replied to that email asking questions about something to do with the product or not sure about something, and it got sent straight to my inbox, and I was able to answer them, and 9 times out of 10 they'd convert back into ordering again, even if they've been not ordering for 30-60 days.
See, that's a really good idea. You're right, that did actually work really well for us, didn't it? It's asking for feedback, and that feedback goes directly to the owner of the company or whoever it needs to go to.
So it meant that I knew what an issue would have been, especially if there was quite a few people saying the same thing. Then we can alter to work out how to change this issue, but also it gets that customer the result that they want. They get an answer as quick as possible from somebody very high up, that they get that personal connection as well, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. So that's another good idea as well. Sort out your email flows, really make them impactful. They have to be salesy, of course, but not. Be subtle, be strategic about it. So on your welcome series, introduce them to your company properly. Show pictures behind the scenes. People do love all of this stuff. And then gently ask for the sale. Then after that, have a big, and this is something that I spend weeks on, is a post-purchase follow-up email flow. This can be massive. I'm not going to go into detail now, but this is where you split it down by how many orders they've placed. And then you can make every single flow, every single part of it hyper-personalized. Works wonders. Gets high open rates, get high engagement rates, and really helps to increase retentions. And then you want to focus on your open rates. So if you've got email open rates of 20%, you need to do work on it. Work on the from field, work on the subject line, get that deliverability score up, clean the email list. That will help as well.
Get testing.
And then look at the click-through rate on your campaigns. If you're getting less than 1%, then it needs work. Make it simple. Make it obvious what you want people to do. Make sure whatever it is you're selling to them or you're trying to get them to do, it's compelling enough for them to click on the link.
And think about that call to action button as well. Have it up nice and high and have it nice positive green colour or something similar to that.
Yeah.
So it's bold and stands out and they don't have to spend ages searching for.
Exactly, yeah. And A/B test these things. Split test them, do the tests, find the results, and do more like that.
Yep.
That's a nice little intro into the things you should be doing on email. It works. We've done it. We've done all of this experimentation, so you don't have to. Just, we'll give you the advice. We'll talk about what we've done, and hopefully that will help to improve the performance of your email campaigns.
Oh, if you do all of these things successfully, you definitely will improve.
That's right.
Because it's all advice that we've done ourselves, and we are continuing to do for our clients as well now.
So if people want to learn more about how to grow their home fragrance business, this is just one of the tactics. Where should they go, Tim?
They should head straight over to our website, so homefragrance.academy.
Become a member. Come and join our Facebook group. There's courses in the membership that you can take. There's downloadable resources.
You get access to us as well directly, so one-to-one email support as well.
Yeah.
Live coaching regularly as well.
I'll tell you what, that one-to-one email support, I don't know if people are... I don't know why they don't use it as much, but
a few people do,
yeah.
But I think people forget about it.
Ask us questions. If there's a particular issue in your business that you're facing and you're a member, send us an email and we'll explain it, how we'd give you our opinion and our advice on it.
Because we have over 500 members in our Facebook group currently, don't we? And people will put up questions and ask there, but there are some things that you can tell that people want to ask more, but they don't want to ask it in such a community-based place today. They don't want everybody else to see the answers and stuff, or they don't want to share certain things. So instead of having to sort of worry about it and struggle by yourself, just send us an email.
Yeah, absolutely right. Nice. That's the end of episode 11.
There we go. Episode 11 done. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we shall speak to you soon.
See ya.